It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And when he came out of college, we all knew he had the chance to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He got there in short fashion and elevates everyone around him. Led the league in passing last year with nearly 5,000 yards and had 43 touchdown passes. He's hoping to get his team back to the playoffs after falling just short a season ago.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And his first pass is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Avery Williams.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He doesn't expect this year to be any different.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being.
He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 3.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Shamar Stewart.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
This one complete to Yoshibans.
Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Gain of only a yard.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's Ryan Rico now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
and they'll begin by running the option.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Hurts. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They defer to Brown to start the drive. Brown with his stick skills.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big pickup of 38.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
A 47-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
This now a 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Gain on the play. And an Eagle first down.
Waste of time.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back to throw again. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Right back to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's good.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second and a couple.
Draw play for Brown. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Another Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Burrow will throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Chase Brown,
a 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that will bring up 2nd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got room at the 30.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this 1st half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Up the middle with Barkley.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Fair catch. Signaled for and
so here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Able to slither by. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Andre Yoshibas from 6 yards away. And the Bengals are able to widen their advantage.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
McPherson on for the point after.
It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down as a tackle made at the 42.
That one goes for 8 yards.
Throwing is Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
1st down, Eagles.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in. Hurts.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now it's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
Burrow will throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the
He's been the go-to guy.
line.
They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Again, it's Burrow. This will be caught once again by Brown. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd down and a yard.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Caught on a slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
First down. First down and goal to go.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal. Burrow to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Here we go. A big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals will add to their 4th quarter lead. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Eagles 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia getting sent to take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Shamar Stewart picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll start by running the option to the right. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Throwing is Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. 11 yards for number 11. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Hurts to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Oh, it looked like the Eagles got this back. Yes, Philadelphia football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Play action. Here's Hurts. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Eagles.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.